I know people say it with love, but when you hear a scream queen,
Yeah.
do you like it? Do you don't like it?
Right. I have written an article about that a long time ago in Fangoria magazine, and I do know that the term is said with great affection for ladies of horror, but also I take a little bit of issue with the term because I don't think that it encompasses all that women do and have done in the genre. We are smart and we have a lot of resources, and we fight back against evil and an antagonist usually. And so I feel sometimes like the term scream queen is reductive and doesn't really embody all the things that a woman goes through when she's acting in a horror film. I even know Jamie Lee Curtis has said she doesn't really like the term. That being said, you know, I appreciate the fans, and I know that they do call us scream queens with great love for us, so it's okay. But I just want people to think about that they don't call a man a scream king, or, you know, Freddy Krueger is not, you know, he's Freddy Krueger, he's not, you know, Heather Langenkamp, is she a scream queen? I don't know. She's just a really good actress. So I just want people to think about the term a little bit more and what it means.
You have an extraordinary career, and then last year you did a lot of things, a lot of small roles and big roles, but maybe you were ahead of your time, because I think in the last year we still have to move on a lot, but women in gender in the last years, I think it's maybe more important than earlier, like we take that today.
Yeah.
The female characters are more important, and people and the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, I especially think horror has really come up in the world in a way. I mean, you saw Demi Moore do The Substance, and I think that she's a movie star and doing a horror movie that almost won at Cannes. So, you know, you look at things like that, and you say, ladies in horror are really important, and also very much in fashion.
You said I was in the talk with Nancy.
Yeah.
And you say something that I really love. That you say we have to support young filmmakers, and you were talking about can you explain? Can you?
I mean, I think, you know, life is magical, and you always have to remember that. And I meet people all the time that are young filmmakers, and I've been in movies of people that are first-time directors, women and men, and I just want us all to help one another. So to me, I want to do parts that are interesting with people that are very talented. And so if a young person offers me a role, like I have a role in a movie here at Sitges this year called Every Heavy Thing. It's a very small role, but I love this filmmaker. His name is Mickey Reese, and he's been making movies for a long time, many, many years. He's made 30 features, I think. And I've been trying to work with him and find the right thing. He did a movie called Agnes, and they offered me a role, but I didn't really love the role. And then there was another movie he was trying to do. He's still trying to get it off the ground, called The Cool Tenor, and it's a bigger budget movie, and he hasn't gotten the funds for that yet. This was a smaller movie, Every Heavy Thing, and he said, I really want to work with you. I have this part. It's a very cool part of a sort of a torch song singer. If I don't know how, you know, that will translate, but it's like a lounge singer, like a David Lynch lounge singer. And he said, I'd really like you to play this part, and I really like the script, and I like him. So I said, okay, I'll do it for you. And I love the movie now. I'm so happy to have done it. So to me, the work is the most important thing. And yes, I really want to support young filmmakers. So even if it's a little thing, or, you know, they don't have very much money for their project, I think it's important for us all to support young people.
But unfortunately, I think it's not in the common things in Hollywood. I think it's your,
That's just me. That's what I think.
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have a tricky question because it's three questions in one.
Okay.
I would like to know, what do you think is your best film,
Yeah.
your best performance? But it not even it could maybe the same, maybe not.
Right.
And in which film do you have more fun shooting it?
Okay, those are three different answers then. I think my best film is Re-animator because everybody loves that movie. And it's the seminal movie of Stuart Gordon. And I think probably my best performance is in a movie called Jacob's Wife. Did that play here? I think it maybe did. It came out during the pandemic, so
I think
that was a confusing time.
Yeah, but I watched it and it's fantastic.
You watched it, yes. I think that's my best performance. It's about a woman who is a longtime married person and she is under the thumb of her husband, as you know, and then she gets bitten by a vampire and becomes more self-actualized as a person. And the movie is about how do you keep a long-term marriage going when one person wants to change or do something different? Can you keep it going? And then, oh, my coffee has arrived. Thank you.
There you go.
Ah, thank you very much, my coffee. Yeah. And
I will.
no, you can. I don't know. I don't care if it's part of it. It's fine. And then, how do you keep this marriage going? So the movie stands on its own without the fantastic elements, and I like that part of it. Also, I really wanted to play a classic character from the time I've been working as an actor. You know, either the antagonist or, you know, the killer or the monster. I wanted to play that. So this gave me an opportunity to do that. And it's also based on my own marriage and relationship with my husband. And also, I love Larry Fessenden. And he used a lot of his own things that have happened in his marriage, also in his characterization. So I really love this film. It's just very close to who I am as a person. And then I think the movie that I had the most fun on was From Beyond, you know, because Re-animator did so well that we were given a lot more money to make From Beyond, like 3-4 times as much. We had a longer shooting schedule. I had an amazing part where I played the repressed psychiatrist, and then I had to help Jeffrey Combs' character, and then I got to be a little sexy in the movie, and then I go crazy at the end. And there's so many levels in the movie that I got to play that I feel like I had the most fun on that film. Also, I made it in Italy, and that was the first time I had ever gone out of the country, was to make that movie. And here I am starring in this horror film. And I worked with some great people in Italy, and I was like, this is one of the greatest times of my life.
I'm aware you have answered this question a million times, sorry for that, but this is a re-animator year because in Sitges they're thinking about this movie, and I want to, if you can share one memory about the movie, what do you most remember of the shooting of the film?
I remember mostly many great things about it. I remember, you know, Stuart Gordon came from the theater, and this is his first movie. In the theater, you do a lot of rehearsal. So he brought that mindset to the film set. And before the movie even started shooting, we rehearsed for 3 weeks, the movie, in our living room, just like working out the scenes together, talking about it, saying the dialogue to one another. And then when we made the movie on set, during the time of making the filming of the movie, he would never stop filming. So we went into overtime every day. We worked 13, 14, 15, 16-hour days because he would want another take. He would want to talk to the actors. Let's try it like this. Let's do it like this. And I think all of us got a little impatient with him. But at the end of the day, he had so much footage that he was able to use all of our best performances in the movie, all of our best moments. And I think the rehearsal for this movie is one of the components that made the movie as good as it is, because we had great chemistry with one another and had dialed in our performances so well that we knew what we were doing once we were on set.
But while you're filming, you just want to kill him sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we want to kill him. Also, I would say I love Stuart Gordon so much. He was so funny and such a fun person, but he always wanted you to play things his way. So even though he would say, try it like this, he always wanted to mold your performance into what was in his mind. So really our performances are born out of what he wanted us to do a lot.
I would like to know, Barbara, as a person, do you like horror genre? What type of movie do you like, or what time in your private life?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. When I was younger and I started working in horror movies, I didn't not like them, but I didn't think, oh, I love horror movies. I wasn't like that. I grew up, my first horror movie I saw was Eyes Without a Face, and then I watched this soap opera called Dark Shadows. Do you remember Dark Shadows?
Yes.
And I really liked, that movie and that series. But I think when I was younger, I liked thrillers more. Something that has suspense to it, and I have to figure out there's a puzzle in the movie or something you have to solve. I like that, a mystery thriller. But horror movies have grown on me, especially after I took a break from acting and then I came back with that movie, You're Next. Mm-hmm. And
amazing movie, by the way.
I know, it was a great film, and I had so much fun on that movie that I went, oh, this is what I do. I'm a horror movie actress and these are my people. And then I sort of rededicated myself to my career and more into the horror genre. So I really love horror movies now, but they kind of grew on me over time, over the years. So now I love them. But I still like mysteries and thrillers. I think those are still my favorite. Yeah.
Actress, producer, director?
I've thought about directing before. It would have to be the right project. There is something that I've thought about directing that I'm working with some other people on, and we're talking about whether I should direct it or if we should get another person for it. But I mean, it's not out of the question. Maybe someday. I think I would like to at some point. I've had a long career, and that would be one thing that I haven't done and tackled that I think maybe I should. So maybe I'll do it someday.
You was in Sitges a couple of years ago when I first interviewed you.
Yeah.
What has changed in your life and in your perspective? Is there any change in the world, in the movie, in your thoughts during this time? How has changed?
Well, I'd say when I was a younger actor, people during that time always stayed in their lane. An actor just was an actor, and a director did his thing, and the editor did his thing, and the cinematographer did their thing. And now I feel like with younger people, they all do all the jobs, and they learn how to do everything. And I like that sensibility. So when I came back with You're Next, I thought, well, why can't I produce movies? Why can't I? I mean, I wouldn't have thought that I could do that 30 or 40 years ago. But recently I've thought, everybody should learn to do all the different jobs. And that's what I tell all the young people. And I mentioned that in my talk the other day, that if you want to become, somebody who works in any genre in the movies, then work with your friends and learn how to do everything. And that's what the guys on You're Next taught me, because Adam Wingard was the director of that movie, but he would also grab the camera from our wonderful DP and say, I have to shoot this scene, let me do this. And Ty West was in the movie, and he's a director and a writer, and he was an actor in You're Next, and then Amy Seimetz and Joe Swanberg, and they're multi-hyphenate people. I think that's the way to do it in movies. It's a very collaborative business anyway, so let's all learn all the different jobs and learn how to do it together.
I will talk forever, but how many llevamos? I think my time is done. I will talk with you forever, but
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Okay, thank you. Nice to see you.